Well, very warm welcome. Thanks for joining. So I do have two cameras set up, but I haven't charged the microphone. So we're going to just have to use that for sort of B-roll, that sort of thing, and make do with the GoPro. But to be honest, the light's pretty good, so I can't see this being a problem. As you can tell, we found something quite special today. So last night I came up here. I must have walked for about an hour and a half, and was presented with this at the end of a fantastic day. And I've just earmarked the place now because I'm going to be coming back here quite often to try and capture some of these scrawly, stunning looking birch trees that are just hanging out of these rocks, and I just think they're absolutely fantastic. It's got a very unusual feeling to the place, and I was going to start the vlog wandering up, but to be honest, it was quite it's like quite a spiritual experience, just wandering, and a couple of deer just jumped out, and sort of tasseling with my ego. So you know when your mind's quite full and busy, and I just sort of I was just sort of sitting with it, just letting the ego go for a little bit, and then I just sort of quietened the mind, not in an aggressive manner or anything like that. You know, there's no conflict there. So I just sort of said, as daft as it sounds, to just, you know, there's nothing to worry about. Today is absolutely beautiful. Enjoy the quiet moment with me. And then my ego just stopped talking. And sounds crazy, I know, but you know, you've got to stop the talking part of your mind sometimes. Otherwise, it just takes over the day, really. And for what reason? But yeah, so we're here. We're in a beautiful place, and I'm just really mindful of where I'm standing because I don't want to mess anything up. But we're just on the cusp of the area. So I should have got up at sunrise, but it just wasn't happening. I looked out the window and it didn't look very appetizing. There was no mist or fog. Sky looked clear, so I just thought we'll leave this one for a little bit later. So we're about, I don't know, what time is it? I don't know actually. Yeah, about 11 o'clock. So we've got about 6 hours before we lose light. I'm just going to really just take the day really slowly and just enjoy it. It's a shame about the sound on the other camera, but to be honest, this has always worked out quite nicely. So any footage I'll get with the other one, and then we'll just talk to this. So I'm going to have a little wander around. I've already earmarked one of these characters. He's absolutely gorgeous. It just clinging onto this rock here, and he's a towering figure that you met with when you get to this section. And I've tried doing a few shots, but the sky's just too much. Even last night when I was here, it was too much, really. I'll pop on screen a couple of the images that I've got already, but he needs some atmosphere for sure, because that sky just needs to be diffused a bit. Obviously, because we're going to be pointing up, you see. Yeah, I'll pop a couple of them on for you now that I've already got. They're not great, I don't think. I just think I could do better with this particular location. But big scout today. Quiet mind, absorb the atmosphere of the place, and then just meet and greet some of these absolutely stunning characters here. Fantastic. Right, so I was just getting some B-roll and I've decided I'm going to call this one Big Bertha. It's just the first thing that popped in my head. Now, while I was getting the B-roll, I think I found like quite a nice little composition. It's just sort of rough at the moment because I just really want some sort of fog and overcast skies, that kind of thing. Maybe rain, I don't know. Big Bertha's not in the best conditions today, and I think I'll just keep coming back to her. She's a hare, by the way, if she's going to be called Bertha. But yeah, anyway, Big Bertha needs some better conditions. But I have got a little composition that I'd really like to share with you. So if you let me know what you think, that'll be fantastic. They're just such complex characters, really, and it's taken me a lot longer to put together. I mean, woodland photography, I think, is a real skill, and quite often as photographers, I mean, me in particular, I quite quickly find a composition and then I get moved. But it's just not the case here. It's just too complicated. And yeah, I'll tell you something as well. Woodland photography in autumn is just unreal. It's so I was feeling quite burnt out with my photography, and yeah, it's just the fire of love for photography. Lost my words then. The fire of love for photography has just been lit again. Just walking through the woodland, and it's just fantastic. Anyway, check out Big Bertha. It's the first time I photographed her, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the last. Just wanted to show you, by the way, after years of struggling with bags, I think I found a fairly decent priced flip side bag, and let me just show you. So it's a flip side 500 AW, and it's absolutely fantastic. All that room in there. Then it's got a front pouch. Can get 2 tripods on it. Yeah, and I'm not absolutely bothered at all about getting the front of it muddy, because if it's not muddy, what's the point? But yeah, it's yeah, I'm really pleased with this bag. It's so comfortable as well, and it just sort of sits on the back here, just above your backside, and it all the weight's distributed at the bottom, and then the top bit, you clip the top on, and it sort of it doesn't really put any weight on your shoulders. It's just a really great bag, and I've really wanted one of them. You know, they see the more established YouTube photographers, and they've all got this 600, 700, is it 600, 700 pound bag? It's very expensive anyway, well out of everybody's price range, and so I picked this one up from Wex photo video website. It was second hand, £51 it cost. I think they retail brand new for about 160, maybe less, I'm not sure. Yeah, absolutely fantastic bag. I'll leave a link in the description if anybody's interested. But yeah, really, really good. and it's just turned photography into a joy, because my other bag, which was actually a low pro, was can't remember the name. I'll leave the link, just the name of it here. And it was just making me so miserable, and I just didn't want to go out taking photos with it. But this one's just a different ball game altogether. So it just shows a bit of research, a bit of time and effort put into really working out the bags. I mean, I've gone through so many bags as well, and I'm really happy with this one. But so we're just at another scene now, and we've got these two little beauties, and they're sort of intertwined with each other, and I just really like, they've just got sort of a relationship going on that I think would be worth capturing. I don't know what's happened here, like that must have just come off somewhere, but yeah, it's yeah, gorgeous. So I'll maybe have a little look at this next scene, grab a scouting shot, and then keep it in the psyche for when I come back in different conditions. I'll pop on screen if I manage to get anything. Yeah, so I had a little scout round that. There's nothing really jumping out to me. It maybe would be better when there's a bit more atmosphere to be had, but definitely earmarked for when the conditions are right. So I've just stumbled across a little scene as I'm wandering through, and it's more of a macro scene, and it's not really something that I would usually photograph, but it's an absolute stunning specimen of a birch polypore. A really useful mushroom. It's full of anti-cancer properties. Yeah, they're absolutely spectacular. Now I'm not going to bother taking this away, but the way you identify them is quite simple. They're on birch, usually silver birch, and they're a polyporous mushroom. This one is just fresh, and it's yeah, it's a stunning little specimen. I just thought I'd share that. I'll pop on screen for you the couple of photos that I got. Yeah, stunning. So you can also dry them out and use it to sharpen your knives, you know, as a bit of a wick. Another thing as well is to dry it out as soon as you get them home, and then take little cuts off them and make tea out of them. I personally wouldn't go off my information. I've never done it, but it's just what I've heard. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Birch bark as well is really useful. It's extremely flammable, so you collect lots of this, and it's nature's fire lighter. Pop it in your pocket if it's wet when you wander in, and then if you come into an emergency you need to warm up, you've got the ability to make fire. Yeah, fantastic. Birch are wonderful trees. They also attract fly agaric mushrooms. They tend to have like a symbiotic relationship with them, and usually where there's birch trees, there's mushrooms not far away. So okay, so I'm back at Bertha, and I've had a look around, and I just can't find anything half as spectacular as old Bertha over here. So I've just stood further back, and she's got sort of arms coming off either side, and there's a little area that could be perceived as you know, the character of the tree, and I'm just really trying to make this tree a character, and Bertha is her name, and that's what I'm trying to get across in the images. So I've got a couple of images, and I think they were actually pretty good. So the light's quite nice at the moment, so it's really cloudy, so it's really diffused, really nicely distributed light in this little area. And I think the way that this shot that I've gone for has been taken, isolating the tree on her own, is that spectacular. And I just want to show you it. It's absolutely brilliant. No fog needed for this one, actually. So I've gone really far in on the lens. I think I've maybe, what have I gone? Yeah, I've gone right up to 200, I think. And I've just really isolated her on her own, and then I've sort of pulled back with the zoom, and then just taken a few shots. And yeah, it's just incredible. Yeah, so I'd finished up, and I was just doing a bit of the B-roll, you know, just to try and supplement the video, basically. I get to catch some of the autumnal colours, and I just sent it off a little bit, and it just went over the dale, and I was just like, I had to take a photo. It was absolutely stunning. So I'll pop that on screen for you now. Yeah, I'm a bit of a sucker for a good drone shot, and that was definitely one, I think, that I couldn't miss out on. I just want to say thank you very much for joining me today. I've had an absolutely fantastic time, and I hope you have too. And hopefully I'll get to see you in the next video. If you like them as well, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment and all that jazz, because it really helps out. And I'd be honoured if you could give us a follow. But until next time, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.